All right, let's dive into the show that everyone is talking about. Bigg Boss Malayalam Season 7 is back, and wow, what an explosive first week. It's already smashed records, kicked up some serious controversy, and set the stage for a season that feels, well, completely different.
So, right out of the gate, the showrunners gave us the official slogan for this year, Seven and Dip Bunny, which basically translates to the Trap of Seven. And let me tell you, this isn't just some catchy tagline. It's the theme for the entire season, woven into the house, the tasks, everything. The message couldn't be clearer. A trap is always lurking just around the corner.
So to really get what's going on, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at the new house they're in, meet the contestants, unpack the controversies that have already blown up, check out a crazy new high-tech twist, and then see who's on the chopping block for the very first elimination.
Okay, first things first, the battleground. The Bigg Boss house is always a huge part of the show, but this year, it feels like it was built from the ground up just to create chaos.
For the very first time, the Malayalam show has its own exclusive house. It's been built in Chennai's EVP Film City. And get this, it's apparently even bigger than the one they use for Bigg Boss Tamil. So the contestants have this massive, brand new playground to figure out.
Now, here's a key feature of this new house, something called the Pani Pura, or the Room of Challenges. This is a real game changer. It's not just a pantry or a storeroom. It's the heart of the game's new mechanics. Everything, and I mean everything, including their own luggage, is locked away in here. If they want anything, they have to earn it by completing tasks. It's a constant test of their strategy and their will to win.
The design is just genius if you want drama. They brought back this single massive bedroom with glass walls, which means there's literally nowhere to hide. At the same time, the jail got a serious and pretty harsh upgrade. It's not just about being isolated anymore, now it's also about being physically uncomfortable. It's got this sloped bed that's designed to make any time spent in there absolutely miserable.
Of course, a house is just a house. It's the people inside that make it a pressure cooker. So let's meet the 20 contestants who are bringing this battleground to life. And honestly, this might be the most diverse cast we've ever seen.
Just look at this mix. You've got Anish, the first ever male commoner to enter the house. Then you have Giselle Thakral, who's a veteran of the Hindi version of Bigg Boss, so she knows the game. You've got trailblazers like Adila and Noura, an LGBTQ+ couple, and then established stars like the actors Shanavaz Shahrukh. This kind of lineup is just a recipe for some seriously unpredictable television.
So what happens when you put all these strong personalities into a house designed for conflict? Exactly what you'd expect. It did not take long for the drama to ignite, and the first week was just packed with fights that have already drawn some clear battle lines.
The very first major blow-up happened during what seemed like a simple task, but it instantly raised some big questions about respect and where you draw the line. And it all started with a single, incredibly controversial word.
So they're doing a task where they have to give each other nicknames. And one of the contestants, Akbar Khan, decides to label Renu Sudi a septic tank. Yeah, his justification was that he felt she was full of toxic things. As you can imagine, that comment sent absolute shockwaves through the house.
Renu was just shattered. She explained later that, as a widow and a single mother, she felt the attack wasn't just on her, but that it was a disgrace to womanhood. Now, Akbar did eventually apologize, claiming he only meant to trigger her, but, some things, once they're said, you just can't take them back.
But the heat on Renu didn't stop there. She found herself in the hot seat again when the host, Mohan Lal, confronted her about a video she'd pre-recorded for her social media. In it, she was asking for votes for the first week's eviction, which is strange because this was before anyone had even been nominated. Mohanlal's direct question really put a spotlight on her and raised serious questions about fair play.
So in the middle of all this very human drama, Bigg Boss decided to throw in a twist that is literally a first for the entire global franchise. A new housemate has entered the game, and, well, it's not human.
Yep, you heard that right. There is a robotic dog now roaming the Bigg Boss house. This thing is a high-tech watchdog, loaded with cameras and mics to monitor everything. But it's more than that. It also delivers tasks and actually interacts with the contestants. It's a true wild card, adding this strange, futuristic layer of surveillance to an already intense game. At the end of the day, all this drama, all this strategy, it all leads to one place: the first elimination. After just 1 week, 8 contestants are already facing the public vote, and for one of them, the game could be over before it's barely even started.
So who's on the chopping block? Well, we've got 8 contestants up for the first eviction, and it's no surprise that Renu is on that list, after being at the center of 2 huge controversies. She's joined by the Bigg Boss veteran Gisela and 6 others, which is making for a really tense first public vote.
Now, according to some of the unofficial online polls, a pretty clear picture is starting to emerge. Renu, maybe proving that all publicity is good publicity, is actually leading the pack with about 26% of the vote. Giselle and Anna Mole are also polling pretty well, looking relatively safe. On the other hand, contestants like Ranjit, Shaitzia, and Sarika are lagging way behind. They're in a really precarious spot and look the most vulnerable to go home.
And let's not forget what this is all about. They're all fighting tooth and nail for a life-changing 50 lakh rupees. With stakes that high, every single move, every alliance, every word, it all matters.
So after just 1 week, the big question of the season is already crystal clear. In a game that's literally designed as a trap, that's filled with controversy and high-tech twists, who is actually playing the game and who is just getting played? The only thing we know for sure is that the trap has been sprung.